los. Hi there everyone, welcome back to another video of Later Customs. I'm just giving you guys a heads up that this video is quite a little bit confusing. The last you guys seen of the yellow car was when we just fitted the engine. Unfortunately I didn't show any first start up on the car whatsoever. But I'm actually very glad that we didn't do a startup in that video, because we had multiple issues with just getting the engine to fire up and have oil pressure and tappets that's noisy and stuff like that. So this video will be a little bit confusing. So I'm just going to give you guys a small summary of what actually happened in this specific video that's going to follow after this. So we got the car kind of started up. The car was very rough. We had a few issues on the car, and the few issues were spark, oil pressure and noisy tappets. That is the reason why guys will see us going back and forth with the starting up process, and the clip would just end and the next clip would just start, and there will be a noisy engine in the background. And it was a very patient process we had to follow, because this car is still a pain in the butt, no lies. So I'm not going to say anything about the car at the current stage, but enjoy the video, drop a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Oil pressure. Right. Let's get to the juicy stuff. I started the engine out on petrol, so it wouldn't start. It's good. Everything seems fine, right? Wish me luck. Timing needs to be advanced.
It starts.
Start, that's good. Huh? What are you? There's exhaust leak.
Wait.
Just here. Take these this now. Take. Weet je hoeveel? Take 3. that or the oil pump is not working. I'm checking to know if the oil pump is working or what. Is it open? Nope, it's the one that's in the motor. Yeah, I didn't think of touching it because it's not everything is Gucci. And then it's like in the oil, in the sump. Boleh start? Olie dat het aan gaan binnen. Weet je nog wat die series is? Geshishi. Oei, dat looks so foul. Looks so foul, yeah.
Welcome back to another video by the
We got the car started up, but well, ended up being that the oil pump was faulty. So, long story short, I already had a sound gasket. I cleaned the oil pump. I bought me a new oil pump. So we got the vehicle started up, but unfortunately the oil pump was faulty. Bought a new oil pump, new oil. Got the sound gasket here. Cleaned up the sound as well. As you can see, it's nice and clean. We got the Victorine somewhere. It's lying here somewhere. But I'm gonna show you guys the oil pump. It's in the drum already. See man?
Yo, it's really fun man.
So, excuse me that I'm working here in the drum with you guys, but here's the oil pump right there. So, yeah. So the heat of the oil pump was actually off. It was literally like how you guys see it right there. That's how the oil pump looked underneath the engine. So we just idled the car to the point where the light came on to see, look, there's no oil pressure, switched it off, took the valve cover off, started up again, checked again. Same thing you guys seen in the video. So now we just hope we didn't hurt the bearings. Nothing happened at the bottom. We're really hoping for that. There weren't any shavings in the sump, nothing like that. But the old oil is in that can right there. I checked that can, it seems to be fine. So what we're gonna do right now, we're just gonna get this gasket on the sump, and then I'm gonna bleed the oil pump in the sump, and then we're gonna fit the oil pump, fit the sump, tighten everything up, pour in the new oil, put on the new oil filter, and then we're gonna see how far we get. I really don't feel like changing. I forgot to honestly.
Okay.
I really don't feel like changing bearings now. Don't smart to. Fritz ready to slaan the car with a paliki now. Yo! Slaat die man aan no bearing. Yo, so fingers crossed, everything of the best. And welcome back to another video of Late Customs. Scanner sessie.
Hello. Say hello to the vlog.
A few days later after the startup, and well, everything seems to be good to this point. So another recap. The last video you guys seen was Jody driving off. Jody's car is back on the road and in the testing phase of the 1,000-kilometer break-in, checking everything is fine, no funky noises, and just driving in or breaking in the engine with 1,000 kilometers. Me on the other hand, the car seems to be perfectly fine until this point, which we still have the minor issues on the sideline. So the last part of the video I didn't show you guys, which were us removing the old tappets from my first head and fitting it in the car. So that head right there is the head I bought. So I will be returning that head, so I'm obviously not allowed to touch that head whatsoever. But my first head I had on the car that was driving and everything, I took the tappets out of that engine and fitted it in this engine or this head right here. And the reason why I did that is because I phoned Ismail but what bought this engine without complications, stuff like that, which obviously he wasn't aware of, which I'm still completely fine with it. He told me that if I have the patience and all that, the tappet sound should go away after driving in the engine and stuff like that, like just getting it like lubricated. And my previous head or my first head's tappets were really like lubricated and it seemed in a better condition than the ones that were in here. So I just transplanted over to this head and the tappet noise was gone. We had oil pressure and we had spark until a few odds and ends here. So I would idle the car and the car would just start like backfiring all of a sudden, which I didn't actually show you guys in the video when I fitted that head on that block. So this is what I was referring to, the backfire out of the exhaust. I thought the car was misfiring, but like each third second it would just like pop like a loud bang out of the exhaust. And obviously it's spark related because we have fuel, we have the air, it's just spark related, and I thought it was the ECU. Then I started from scratch and I worked down. So I worked down from the coil to the dizzy. Changed the coil, which I didn't buy one, I luckily just loaned one from one of my friends. Changed that and the car started up perfectly fine and I was like super happy. Then the car didn't have any petrol in and I took the car out for a test drive, which I didn't film at all because I didn't still have the energy for all this. Took the car out for a test drive and while driving to the petrol garage, the car died, and I thought, okay, cool, this car is super empty on fuel, so it could be just that the car doesn't have any fuel. So I literally like free rolled to the petrol garage, threw in like 350 rand of petrol, which is, well, very minimal petrol for the amount you're paying for here in South Africa, and the car didn't want to start. And in that moment, I knew, shit, we still don't have any spark. So spark comes and it goes. I phoned my uncle, look here, just come tell me home. towed me home, and then, well, I went back and forth with the car, and I phoned around to a few people. So big shout out to City Space, Virgil, the founder or the landlord of City Space. And he told me, look here, if you have an extra dizzy, just fit over the dizzy and see if that makes a difference, because something about the magnet sensor in the dizzy it could cause that specific issue where you have spark and you lose spark. Switch over the dizzies and car started up right away. Everything seems to be fine until this point. Me and Jody took a nice drive yesterday out to Grabo around there, and then we took the route back to Franshoek. So it was like around I think 150, 160 kilometers in total, which I did with this car yesterday, which was amazing for me, and I'm super happy. He did around the same kilometers obviously, and I think he's around almost on 400 kilometers this far in the braking process, so he needs to go around 600 kilometers still to still braking the engine before he can go tune the engine. But we both are good to go on the road. One problem I still have with the car is I did charge the battery in the car, and if I drive short distances with the car will still give that turn, and then start up. But if I drive long distances with the car and switch off the car and come back and start up the car swings perfectly fine. So I think it's either just battery power or it is just the starter. So I'm gonna put it out there, I need a Mark IV starter, and also give me feedback on this, because apparently the Mark IV starter is perfect for the application that I have here, because I did the battery location and stuff like that. If you guys think it's my battery which is a little bit shaky, do comment down below as well, because I would really like to hear you guys input regarding that, because I have a battery location. I already tried a relay on the starter, still doesn't make any difference as well. So give me feedback regarding that in the comment section down below. I would really appreciate your input, because you guys actually help me a lot regarding the building process of all my cars. But you guys think I'm gonna leave you guys hanging like that? Obviously I'll give you guys a nice startup on the car. So you guys gonna hear me say this a couple of times, so just fingers crossed everything goes well with the startup as well. So let's go. And you know what the best thing is about all this? I fixed the driver's side door handle as well. So comment down below if your door handle opens like this. Ooh, I still need to fix the passenger one. The rear doors work perfectly fine, just the passenger one. So let's get to the first startup in this car here. It's in neutral. I'm not still gonna eat up the car. A little bit lower first startup, but it comes up after a while. I know I owe you guys a lot of drive along videos, and trust me, I owe you guys a drive along video in this car now. Once again, I owe you a drive along video in Jody's A-Cord and in Jody's B20 VTEC, which is currently not really that fun because you can't even like engage lift because of breaking in the engine. He has to cruise in the engine, which is well, don't get me wrong, a lot of mechanics have a lot of different ways of doing in breaking in the engine. We just wanna go with the safe side because for us it might seem like we have a lot of money, but for us we work our ass off for make example for engine rebuild. So the last thing we want is to rebuild the engine again, so we're following all the safety well steps we can to make sure that we don't have to repeat the process. Same with this car. So once well Jody's engine is fully broken in, it klinkt niet verkeerd. So once the engine is driven in, then we can actually just give you guys a nice drive in the car. But once the mechanic actually gives a heads up, look here, maybe we can just go a little bit like just to engage VTEC or something like that. I can give you guys a nice video regarding that. But we are due for a drive along video in this car and in Jody's A-Cord, so don't be surprised when you guys don't see us in this yard and just having a nice cruise. What I will do for you guys is I will throw a few clips at the end of this video of us just having a cruise yesterday, me and Jody. There are multiple videos just mainly about this car, but there are a few clips of Jody's car as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, don't forget to smash that like button. Do comment down below if you guys are happy as I am seeing this car back on the road, and do consider subscribing to my YouTube channels because I just said channels, I mean channel, because we are about to do some fun stuff with this car if this car behaves herself. In the sense of modding the car, new lights, realigning a few stuff, sorting out the fitment of the bumpers and stuff like that, because at this current stage, like I mentioned, the goal is current just to get the car on the road. We still have a few funky noises which I need to sort out, but we will get to that once the car just continues driving and proves herself. Like I said, well, you guys will definitely see some amazing content coming up and just getting everything started, especially with that car ID. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.